Hey guys, welcome to Surviving Science class. Today we're going to be talking about the kingdom fungi. The kingdom fungi is in the domain Eukarya, and all members of the domain Eukarya have cells with a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Hi!
Hi.
Welcome to Surviving Science class. So, I was hoping you'd be able to tell me some examples of fungi. Do you know any? Okay, what are some of the examples of fungi that you know?
Mushrooms, mold, and yeast.
Very good. What is yeast used for?
Baking bread.
Awesome. High five. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for having me.
So those are some examples of fungi. Now, most fungi are multicellular, like the mushroom and the molds, but some of them are unicellular, like the yeast. All fungi are heterotrophs, which means they cannot make their own food. Most fungi are saprophytes, meaning they get their food from breaking down dead and decaying material. If you've ever been walking through the woods and you've seen a tree that's fallen down with some mushrooms growing out of it, that mushroom is trying to break down and decompose that log, and it'll get the nutrients as it does that. Some fungi are parasitic, like ringworm or athlete's foot. Most fungi reproduce with spores. Spores are a waterproof reproductive cell that will grow into a new fungus. They're held in a structure called a sporangium, and when that sporangium bursts open, those spores will go flying into the environment and take hold and grow into a new fungus. So if you've ever been told not to kick the mushrooms in the front yard, that's why. Other fungi, like yeast, reproduce in a process called budding, where this one single-celled yeast will start to grow a new yeast off of the parent cell, and that's how it reproduces. The majority of fungi are classified as either zygote fungi, sac fungi, or club fungi. Zygote fungi produce the spores in a sporangium. Cup fungi produce those spores in a little cup-like structure. And club fungi, the one you're probably most familiar with, the mushrooms, they make the spores inside that mushroom cap. So let's talk about the structure of a mushroom. The body of the mushroom is made up of thread-like structures called hyphae. The top of the mushroom is a cap that's covered in scales, and underneath the cap is the gills that hold the spores. The stem or the stipe holds the cap up. Towards the top of the stem is a structure called a ring, and that ring covered the gills as the mushroom was growing. Towards the bottom of the stem is a structure called the cup, and the cup is what covered the entire mushroom before it sprouted. Running underneath the ground is a structure of hyphae called mycelium. There is so much more to the mushroom that runs underground than just the structure you see above. All that you see above the mushroom is the reproductive part of the fungi. Does the idea of fungi make you go yuck?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay, well, some of them are yucky. Some fungi can cause diseases, and mold is a fungi that makes our food just not edible at all. But there are many important fungi. I mean, they are very important for me to have on my pizza. Absolutely. But yeast is important in making bread, and fungi is used in making antibiotics that help make us better. Fungi can also benefit plants. A lichen is a symbiotic relationship between a fungi and a green algae or cyanobacteria. This relationship actually helps both the fungi and the algae because the fungi is able to get food from the algae and the algae gets a protected place to live. Fungi are also important in helping plants grow better. There's a relationship between a fungi and plant roots called mycorrhizae, and the fungi help the plant absorb more nutrients from the soil. The plant supplies the fungi with some of the nutrients that it makes, and plants that have this mycorrhizae on their roots grow better than plants that don't have it. Thanks for joining me on this fun fungi adventure, and I hope you learned something that'll help you
Keep going, keep growing. Bye!